I am perfectly able to now perfectly translate my thoughts into words as I'm speaking to you right now.
Hello, everyone. I have here Eric. He is a brother from the implementation group, and he's here to share his experience so far in the program. So, Eric, right off the bat, man, what were your hesitations joining the program?
Like I just told you, financial stress. Like I was a little hesitant when Han first introduced me to the program. I was in a little Zoom call with him, and he said it would cost like around, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can afford that because I did have a lot of financial troubles back then. I won't lie to you. I did not really spend my money in the best way possible. Like I won't even lie to you, man. I sometimes would spend money on stuff that I didn't really need. And yeah, my financial habits, like, it was kind of out of balance. And sometimes when I would check my bank account, even like most of the time would be much lower than I would expect. Like, ooh, yeah. And I would tell myself, oh, okay, I'll gotta save up this amount, and then the cycle repeats.
I feel like that's a lot of for most people, not a lot of people, but it's like, yeah, the financial part is like, are we gonna see these as like a waste or an investment, right? Obviously you saw it as an investment. What better way to use your money and getting your life together or your sexual compulsive behavior together? So yeah, I appreciate that answer, brother. So the second one, what were the specific results you got from working with JK or even the Reboot coaches if you attended them? For example, like Dr. Jessica as well, or Rankin, or...
I think I mostly watched over JK's Q&A, and occasionally I would watch Dr. Rankin. I think both, like, especially the Q&As have helped me a lot, man. Like, I just gotta say, JK is really an inspirational person. Like, he's really inspired me to take my reboot seriously, and like, there's just so many things because when I first started on NoFap 4 years ago, there was so many things that I was missing I didn't even know I needed. Like the feelings challenge, I still do the feelings exercise. I have my journal right there, and every day I would write down my wins, as well as my goals for the day, and as well as for the week.
Wow. Yeah. That's good, man. That's very important because like you mentioned NoFap. And that community, it started out, honestly, right? It started out honest and with people trying to get their shit together, but they were mostly focused on the accounting, right? Oh, 30 days and then I'm free. But then you realize when you join this type of program, it's like, shit, I have to face stuff that I really didn't want to see. The hurt, the rejections, the feelings exercise brings a lot of that stuff up. And yeah, JK, man, that's why he is an inspirational guy. That's why he genuinely wants to see brothers that come in the group, or even just people that are watching the YouTube or anything, just want them to get their sexual compulsive behavior in check. So that's a big win, dude. Like a lot of people struggle with the feelings exercise and writing their wins consistently, and that's key, man. We want you to focus more on like, damn, I'm not really a piece of shit as I thought I was. Look at all this stuff I'm winning at in life. And then we turn our focus from negativity to what's going right. We don't necessarily avoid the negativity or the what's not going right, but we look at it as data, as JK says, and then we move on, right? So thank you for the answer, Eric. That's really good, man.
Yeah.
So let's see. Final question then. Would you recommend this program to others?
Oh, definitely, dude. Like, so a little bit of a backstory. So I just told you I started NoFap 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was introduced to me through a friend of mine over on Discord who suggested, and I was like against it because like I was really stubborn back then, dude. Like I was, in fact, like I was very. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you a bit about how it was even before I thought about NoFap. I was a very socially anxious dude, man. Like I didn't even know how to put together a few words, let alone a sentence, dude. Like, and the funny thing is that every time I'd be talking to a person IRL or online, my heart would be breaking. Like it was the weirdest thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you had met me, I don't know if we would even get along 3 years ago. If I'm being honest, like I was just not that type of person you probably would get along with. Like, very antisocial. So my first year in NoFap was around 2019, 2020, and then during that time, I was only getting like 7-day streaks at most. And there came a time where I was actually able to hit 10 days. But, those few 10-day streaks, I learned a little bit about myself and how I was able to better control my managed behavior. So I actually managed to hit my first 90 days by 2021. I don't know, man. Like, so after I hit my 90 days, like, that was, I gotta be honest with you, the year after that was like a really, really dark point in my life, because like my sexual frustration was boiling to a point that I just couldn't handle it anymore. Like, cause I was one of the people who foolishly thought after 90 days, okay, that's it. I am done. The war is over. The battle, I've won the battle, man. I've fully recovered. And I was far from the truth. I was not fully recovered, and little did I know I was far emotionally underdeveloped to even handle what I was dealing with. And yeah, no, that was like, I gotta say, I think 21 though was like the year I've had the most trial and error. And mind you, this is before I even met Han. Great guy, but this is before I met Han. He helped me get back on track for most of the part.
Han is great, man. He's so for those who wondering who Han is, he's one of the reboot strategists. And he interviews people before we let people in the group, right? We don't just let anyone in. So we make sure brothers want to be in the program and not just take your money, obviously. But so that is a good point you brought up, because I was similar to you, but I was a little more social. But you're right, like the texting, like you'll be like, damn, I'm worried already about sending a text. That's the weirdest thing. Why am I so anxious about sending or replying a message? The person's not even there. So it's kind of like the weirdest feeling when you're just so anxious and everything. And then you tend to discover it's a lot of shame, right? A lot of the shame that we carry unconsciously. Obviously, we feel that, and we don't even know. We're not even aware of it until we start doing like the reboot tool, the feelings exercise. And yeah, bro, I get you. I started similar to you. I was like, I didn't want to be around people, for example. Like, the fuck? I never thought I'll do something like that before. So yeah, if it's great to see that progress, like from where I started to now, right? And it's amazing, man. You could do so much in such little time with just being consistent with a system that works, right? And I feel like NoFap is more like, it's really inconsistent, right? You don't really know what you're doing, but you just know that 30 days is the goal for some reason, or 90 days. That was like the main thing. No matter how you get there, that was the key, right? So that was super inconsistent. So I appreciate sharing that, brother. And what was the one thing besides like the anxiety and like getting a hold of that, social anxiety actually? What was another thing that you noticed in your reboot that like, damn, I'm actually more social? Or is there something else in your reboot capital that you perhaps noticed that you're more disciplined in? Can you share a little bit about that?
Mental clarity. 100% mental clarity, dude. Like, I was actually able to think much more clearer. And before, like, when someone would ask me a question, I would just scramble and answer right away without even thinking about what I just said. Like right now, if I'm 100% thinking about, ironic because I'm just messing up my two words, but I am perfectly able to now perfectly translate my thoughts into words as I'm speaking to you right now. Before, that was not a thing with me. So many things just going through my head that I just didn't even know what to say, and people couldn't even understand what the fuck I was even saying, let alone what I was even trying to, what even the context of what I was even trying to get at. So it's a big thing. It's a big step up.
No, that makes perfect sense, even though I know what you mean, because again, I was similar to you. We were not present, right? We want to know what to say. We don't have the right answer already, so we're like not even listening. We're just ready to answer, which is something like that you develop, right? It's a skill we develop, and it's a necessary one, to be present and be aware of what you want to say and be coherent, right? Which is great, man. It's cool because again, I was similar to you when I started as well. But hey, Eric, thank you for sharing your story, bro. And I like usually ending the interview with this. What one word would you describe the program, your experience?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay, I like that. All right, thank you. All right, Eric, thank you for your one word. Fantastic for the program. And anyone watching, thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in the next interview.
Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to actually get a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, where you'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I learned over the past 14 years, as well as get strategies for putting together your own personalized reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video to get the free ebook. And thirdly, if you're not sure where you'd like to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, or you'd like to spend time with more like-minded professionals like entrepreneurs, business owners, men who work in sales or consulting or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join the group in the description below this video. And finally, if you need our help right now because you have a burning issue, it's an emergency. Your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally. You're about to lose your relationship and you want to live up to your potential or be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this video that actually says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.